Howdy. How we doing, folks? You all right? Happy hump day. Happy Wednesday. Did I get that timing right? I never know if I've got it right in the countdown thing. Is it working? Are we on? Hello. Okay, hello. So, look at me go. I've got this canvas already prepped. So, last night I put some orange and brown acrylic on this canvas, just ready for some autumn colors. And it's all obviously dried with a touch. Acrylic dries really, really fast. So, hello, I'm back again. Hello. Not sure who that is because it's still not thing again. As always. What did I get? Hello. Who knows? Pop your name in the comments if you comment, because I can't see who the hell you are. But hello. Nice to see you again, whoever you might be. So autumn, fallen leaved landscape. Last time we did an autumn landscape, but it was sort of on the turn of autumn, wasn't it? That mountain. So I thought I'd do a proper autumn one this time. Get my stuff sorted. Lynn, hello. Sorry, Lynn. I got it. Hi, Lynn. Good to see you. So yeah, so it's all prepped, all ready to go. Orange and browns and yellows, and so I thought I'd do a fallen leaves landscape. Now, I don't know if you've got your drink ready and stuff, but I've had a pumpkin spice latte this morning. My heart is beating like crazy. A river danced home. They've got a lot of sugar in them. Pumpkin spice latte. Like, oh yeah. Anyway, what are you up to today? Having a nice relaxing one today. Look at this. There'll be a lot more scrapey brush sounds in this one because we're sort of doing it dry instead of wet on wet, which is what I usually do. So this orange sort of base will give it a nice little misty autumnal look. Autumnal? Like that noise. You might hear the doorbell go. Don't be alarmed. Got a few packages expected. And pickups. Sending a few parcels out today, so original painting's going out. I love it. It's so nice getting a parcel, isn't it? I do love a parcel. I've loved getting parcels ever since I've seen Postman Pat delivering his mail. Like, that's why I wrap when you buy an original canvas off as well. That's why I like to wrap them, gift wrap them. When I first started, I just sort of bunged them in a box, like willy-nilly, and I was just like, put them in a box, there you go. And then I was like, it should be more special when you receive one, shouldn't it? So now I put my little sticker on and gift wrap them up and stuff. I can imagine the person like opening it up carefully, putting it on their wall. Makes it more special, doesn't it? Especially when they want to treat themselves and stuff as well. There we go. Now, I'm not going too blue on this sky because it's autumn. And the sun has limited power in autumn. It's still there if you look for it. Almost see, I don't know if you can see it close up there. You probably can't see, but there's like an orange haze to the clouds that I'm creating. It's not too important because there'll be quite a lot going on in this picture, and the trees will be the star of the show in this one. We'll have a mountain on. You might be able to see a faint outline. I like to sometimes plan my pictures. Sometimes I just go for it and just see what happens. But other times I like to give myself a bit of a guide at least. If you can see, but just some pencil marks on the canvas. Lines for trees, triangles for mountains, things like that. You know, nothing too advanced. Just a guide for composition, not compensation. Helps me stick to the script. Sometimes you want to like add stuff as well, and that's fine too. Hey Lynn, have you got your autumn picture up yet? You put the last one, didn't you? The autumn landscape I did 2 weeks ago, I think it was. Was that 2 weeks ago? The thing is flying. Hope you've got that on display, it looks pretty. That was more of a sort of grey-blue autumn picture, wasn't it? It was the start of autumn, that one. And seeing now as well, if you look outside, the trees have gone from green to sort of golden yellow now. It's my favourite time of the year. It's so pretty. Like I said last time, autumn is a nice little life lesson, I feel. About fall. So my American friends call it, isn't it? Fall. Something poetic about the fall. And when you fall as well. And how it leads to growth ultimately, and regrowth. And brighter times in the future. There's sunlight. Sunshine. I have to close my blinds here. That's Sunshine's getting carried away. Ever since I said that he hasn't got much power, I was like, I'll show you. Taking too long here on the sky. Usually I'm done in like 10 seconds. I might do my coffee break tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. I might do my coffee break tomorrow on autumn in general. I've done a practice painting for this, which I'll show you at the end, which will also be on sale. This painting will be on sale after the stream. If you're liking the look of it, in a wee while, of course, put your name down if you want to secure it. If you're thinking, it's going to look good in my kitchen, or my bedroom, or my living room. And just let me know, and I'll secure it. And yeah, the practice one, the A4 one that I've done, will be available as well. Hi Max, say a beautiful work, Dean. I'm catching up on some classes on my other screen. Ooh, concentrate. Bouncing. Say the lovely Max. Well done on going live. It's so difficult. But we can do it. Alright. That's enough for the sky, I think. I'm going to keep my paintbrush messy. Because, you know, why not? And I think I'm going to put some pink in. A little bit of pink. A little bit of white. Some pink clouds, maybe here. Why the double nut? Always have to check how it looks. Oh, you can see because the light's on. This is nice for adding just texture to your sky, doing it dry. Pinks in. Often looks a lot more natural when you do it like this, when you're not using a liquid white. So it doesn't blend as much. Liquid white's lovely for speed and for quickness of getting the canvas covered and stuff, but often you'll lose some detail. I'm just going to close the blinds so you can see, because I don't think that looks very clear on the. Better. Maybe. I've got my subtitles on the screen. It's really off-putting because I don't think I can pick up on my Geordie accent. It's like I've said a few random things and it's like, that's not what I've said. That's not what I said at all. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a woman. Alright, you might be able to, I'm confused. But there's a bit of pink in that sky. I can see it on one of my screens, but I can't see it on the other one. It's weird. Hiya! Facebook user that comes up as hiya. I'm just like, hiya, hiya Gary, good to see you. Hello, hello. General Lee. Godfather. Godfather's in the house. There we go. Blue skies. Well, kind of pink. A little bit of an orange tint. Let's get some mountains done, shall we? We're going to shake that liquid white up, and then you got to get liquid white everywhere. Messy, messy, messy. It's okay. Use the canvas to dry your hand. Don't teach you that at art school. Right. I'll put a quick coat. Just have liquid white on. This just helps the paint flow a little bit better. I don't want to drench it in this stuff because it's still an undertone there as well that will work through. And all the TV artists, Bob Ross and Bill Alexander and Diane Andre and stuff, it's just they don't want a slick canvas. I don't quite agree with that. I think slick is too much. I would say just enough. Just enough to be able to soften the scrape. I think. So, because otherwise, it's going to be difficult to paint on. It's just pulling paint. For me, mountains shouldn't look like paint. You might have seen a fair few mountains on Instagram and on TikTok and things where people paint mountains and the paint doesn't scrape properly. And that's because it's too thin. The paint's too thin. Liquid white does thin paint, so they put a little bit too much liquid white on, and it means that the mountains are very cakey and soft. Cake mix, called. And for me, mountains need to be rough and tough, not cakey and soft. They need to be strong. All right, so there's a little bit there. Now the other thing that this does, which is good, is it helps create distance as well. And this will have a fair few planes to it, this pin, because we want to push the trees forward. The trees need to be the focus. And this liquid white will help sort of push the mountains back into this grey sky, grey, blue, pink, orange sky. Is that too dark now? Maybe. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's get some mountains up in here, shall we? Let's see if I'm able to do both, lol. Well, I can't do that, Max. You're better than me. I cannot multitask at all. Struggling just to talk and paint at the same time. As you may be able to tell. And that pumpkin spice latte. My heart's still going. This is too much syrup. Too much. Well, throw some red on these mountains. Let's make the mountain look a bit open. Why the devil? Look at this. You have to tell us in the comments if you see paint on my clothes or my face. And the answer in the door later, paint over my face. I'm going to start having the sugar crash soon with pumpkin spice latte. Okay, get these mountains, shall we? I do like to paint mountains quick. See how much easier the paint flows because of that liquid white. So it's not like brush scrapes like the sky was. You can use some of these orange undertones though in the highlights of the mountain. Already you can see like where I might be starting to shade, and we're shading, putting texture on the mountains. All this helps. It's all good. It's still really cool. I do actually have to venture away from triangle mountains as well. It's very tempting just to do these pyramid mountains. I remember that mountains are odd in shape. Maybe that one goes up, maybe it comes down. Who knows? Maybe it's flatter, this one. This. Who am I to tell a mountain how you can grow? You do you, mountain. Alright, so notice how I've left this liquid white at the bottom. It's really good for sort of creating distance of the paintbrush. I can use a dry brush, but I prefer to use the brush that I've used for the sky, just got a bit of blue on. And blue creates distance as well. You get blue sort of hue. Blue hue. I don't know if that's the right word. Sounded good though. So I'm pushing down these bits of Hill Mountain. See that? See how it blends? I'm being careful not to go too far up because there's a lot of paint on there. And we can take care of that separately. But for now, we'll create this mist. And all we're doing to create mist is patting our brush on the canvas and letting the liquid white mix with the mountain colour. Just like that. See. Might look odd in a minute, but don't worry. All of a sudden, we've got a few indications of fog. Okay, not to pull too much paint. I don't want the brown to take over. Just like so. On at the minute. I'm sure I'm allergic to paint. I get like a runny nose on these, on that paint. That's how tragic that would be if I was allergic to paint. My goodness. I hope I'm not. What I'm doing here is scraping some paint off. This makes my job easier when I put the snow on the mountains. If I didn't do this, what would happen when I put that titanium white on the mountain? It would pull the brown as well. It would pull the brown of the mountain as well. And that would just create this weird, muddy, sort of nondescript mess. Like I said before, mountains for me need to be refined and strong in appearance. So I don't want them looking messy, big, muddy. Voila. Straight from the getting paint on my nose. Alright. So let's add a bit of snow. You see you might add some pink with the snow. We'll have some pink in the sky, remember? And this will help it make it look like the sky is sort of reflecting onto the mountain a bit. Here we go. So I've got pink clouds here and not much here. So I'm going to start putting some highlights on this side of the mountain. I should check that. I'll show you why I've checked at the end. There's a reason I'm checking where the sun's moving. Oh yes. Oh yes. Pink adds a little bit of texture as well. How does that look from that angle? Can't really see it. I need to get close-ups and stuff, don't I? So I can see this properly. I'll hold it up in a sec. Could be for Christmas. Actually, that's the centre for some close-up tripod equipment or something, just to give me some better angles on this. We could have like multi-camera slow-mo and stuff. That'd be cool. Maybe in the future. Alright. But let me just show you that pinks of the mountains. Let's see. Just add a little bit of pink to the white. Sort of helps a lot. Now the other side, you add some grey and some blue as well. Blue is good for shading on snow. And sometimes I like to just leave the other side of the mountain, but if you want to add texture and stuff, it's important that you know, it doesn't just look flat. Don't want that. Well, also, I've left this area as well, pretty much, because the trees need to stand out. And when we add the trees later, there's going to be a lot of reds and yellows and oranges and stuff, and they need to like really pull through. So yeah, that's why I'm doing it. Oh, you know what I forgot to do though? I'll tell you what I forgot to do. I forgot to. There's going to be water down here, so let's add that now. Now, yeah, it's going to be a little bit of water at the bottom here, which I'll pull in from the sides. About there. I'm just going to, yeah. Not much water at all. There's just a tiny sort of indication of water in the foreground on this one. And we just need to get that in before I lose my blue and white on the brush. Because I'm going to start painting these mountains properly soon. So put that in. Now, there is more to this water than just this, but a lot of the water will be a reflection of the leaves. So we've got to keep that orange. That orange is going to help us. The orange basically that I've got on the canvas is helping not only undertone the canvas, but it'll also serve as a sort of underlay for the leaves that we'll put on all over the ground. There we go. Sort of suggestion of water. Okay. Yeah. Just had to do that before I use this brush on these here mountains, because brown paint, nothing's. What I'm doing here is I'm just dragging some paint off. This will help me put on the shading part of the mountain. Just like some. Also helps sort of blend it into the fog. Good. Goodness me. All right, shading time. Shading time. Some grey, blue, and titanium white. Just to shade out. Again, like I said last time, I'm sort of respecting the mountain, the way the mountain goes. So when I was doing this side, I was sort of going down the mountain. And when I'm doing this side, although my knife is angled like this, I'm going down the mountain as well. So I'm going in this direction, see? Down. Should be coming down. That just helps us see the mountain as a sort of 3D object rather than a flat lump of paint. Helps the flow. Like so. Pumpkin spice latte is starting to wear off now, thank goodness. Heart rate has returned to normal. You'll all be pleased to know. What's your favorite season, people out there? Do you folks like autumn? I love autumn, but some people are more of a summer type of person. Spring, obviously beautiful, evidently, but something about autumn I just love. I'm doing a Four Seasons picture as well for someone, with 4 of these canvases with the same picture on, same mountains, same trees, but in 4 different seasons, which I think is going to look fantastic. Can't wait to paint them. Get them all finished. So on the winter one, all the trees will be bare and stuff, but it'll be like snow down. Summer, spring, we've got like flowers coming up in summer, like high sun. And, oh, it's going to look so pretty. Okay, mountain's done. Pretty much. Just need to tidy up a few things. Where are we? Here we go. I always have to be careful of that, of the mountains, of just floating paint. It looks odd. Sometimes you gotta tidy that up. It's fine. There we go. All right. All right, time for the trees. Let's get the trees. So, trees. What do I need? I need dark. I need green. I need a bit of black. Some people say you can't use black. Black doesn't exist in nature. You have to mix blue and red to make black because otherwise, get out of town. Use black if you want. It's fine. Yeah, but you can't. Yeah, but you can't use it. You can use black if you want to use black. So for trees, let's see. Before I do that, for this plane here, it is distant leaves. So distant leaves, these are distant fallen leaves. But with distant leaves, there's no detail. When you focus your eyes and look at stuff in the distance, you can't see detail, individual detail. You can see lumps of shadows and maybe lumps of highlights and stuff, but you can't see individual leaves. All right, so this is why we're not like painting each individual leaf. So, but what we will do is we'll use our brown brush to put in a few suggestions of lumps and clumps of shadows. This will sort of suggest there's piles of leaves in the distance. Suggest only. There's nothing defined here. So, I hope you can see that. And my eye. And now I've got paint on my eye. You want to see something in the corner of your eye? Okay. Suggestion. Yeah, so for trees, I mean, where do you want your trees? If you want them here. It's usually the point where you're like, what are you doing? Why would you spoil what you're doing? It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know, they don't look like trees. This is going to hide any kind of mistakes that we make as well, though. That's good. And if paint scrapes and it's not covering the whole trunk, that's a bonus. That's not a, oh no. Because trees are quite rough as well. The individual highlights and stuff. We'll use in a second. And the trees that I'm painting in, I'm just sort of suggestion of reflection as well. Just a suggestion. You may not be able to see that with the banner going across the bottom. Thanks. Use a palette knife as well to sort of fill in the trees as well. So more straight. If needed. Obviously, some are thicker than others. And then you can, if you want, use liquid clear or liquid white to thin paint down. Maybe use liquid clear. Not that one. Brown paint. Liquid clear as well. So basically, you want like an ink-like consistency to your paint, nice and thin. And that's just so they're not as clumpy. And basically, this is just for the suggestion of branches. Don't worry that it looks ridiculous at the minute. We're going to be covered by red and golden leaves. Don't worry about that. Just fill in with big blocks. Sometimes it's best to go from the outside in for the trunk. Sometimes it's best to go from the trunk to the outside. Whatever you prefer. Sometimes both. Sometimes like on one side I go from outside to in, and on the other side I go from inside to out. I think it's because I don't like people telling me what to do. So I'm like, I'll do both. You don't have to be as ridiculous as that. Good thing about going from inside to out is it helps to make it less watery there, because you're pulling the paint out from somewhere that it's already sort of filled up on. And again, don't worry too much about details or breaks. Look how there's a break in these branches. That's totally fine, because we're going to go over it with the leaves, all right? Totally fine. Yep. Got a little bit of black paint on my liquid clear. Oopsie. Should have little. Here come the leaves. Now for leaves, how does this look so far? Does it look alright? Hello. Hello. Yeah, these trees look awfully barren at the minute, but we'll put some leaves on. Don't worry about that. Now for the leaves, just gonna, here's my rubbish here. I'm just gonna mix some oranges, some reds. Get rid of this pin. Oh, we got orange, red, yellow, sienna. Nice selection of autumny paints. And this is like my favorite stage of it, where some leaves are green still, and some are orange and rusty. Got some yellow in there, browns. It's just a mix, but it's what makes autumn so pretty. And with this mixture as well, we can sort of fill in these leaves. These leaves are foreground leaves. So we've got the background leaves here with some detail, but not like just basic sort of rubs from the brush, remember? Where it's the suggestion of fallen leaves. But in the foreground, there's going to be a lot more detail, where we can put some. I basically tap it in the canvas. I've never seen anyone else do that, but that's how I do it. All right. Why do I keep on touching them? I keep on touching that liquid white and getting liquid white all over my hands. Weird. That's so weird. All right. Now, always keep your brushes as well. If you've ever got brushes that you're finished with and they look a bit rubbish and you don't want to use them and they look a bit old, keep them, because they're really important for trees and helping sort of make it look like uneven leaves and stuff. So even broken brushes have use. I'm not one of these people that goes through paintbrushes like a maniac. Like I've used a brush, so I've got to throw it away. Keep hold of it. Shall I put some green in as well? Yeah, a little bit. Some of them green leaves just stay on, refuse to die. They're pretty cool. All right. So, oh boy. So you see how some of the branches, some of the branches sort of disappear because of the leaves. others stay. Ooh. A lot of paint on my brush. Please. We can put some more brown as well. Cover. Hopefully that'll do it. Don't know if you can see that coming through on the. Hope you can see it. And sometimes when the sun's hitting the leaves over here, there'll be more yellowing. Now it might look thoughtless, this what I'm doing, but I'm trying to put them on the end of each branch. So it's sort of the way I was talking about the mountains and respecting the mountain stuff. Same with the tree, respect the tree. The tree is grown in a certain way, and from that branch grows little leaves and stuff. And that, there's not just a round tree. The leaves have grown from a certain branch. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? So sort of respecting the growth of the tree. That probably doesn't make any sense. It was a very good experience. And as well, don't fall in the trap of, because there's a tree with branches going left and branches going right, don't fall in the trap of just thinking there's branches on the left and branches on the right. It makes a very flat tree. There's also branches that come forward, right? And so that's why it's important to have. Where's my green gone? Green. Anyone seen the green paint? There he is. Green. That's why it's important to have darker colours like green and brown to put the shade in as well. You can do this in stages if you want. Sometimes people do the dark tones first and then put the highlights on. That's totally fine. But for messy autumn trees, I like to just mix things in different stages. So I'm putting some shading in now. And that's sort of helping to hide a lot of the branch. Hopefully allowing it to stand out amongst the forest leaves on the ground. Every now and then, the fan brush sort of give you a gift of a perfect bunch of leaves just because of the way the fan brush is. You have to be careful as well because all this paint is the same consistency as well. So that's what I was talking about before, creating mud. So you've got to be careful of. All I'm doing now is making sure any breaks in the branches and the trunk that we had before are at least half covered by leaves. So you don't want it to look like broken paint. You want it to look like a tree. You can go over in black and stuff as well. There's still time. There we go. I was going to paint some Halloween films and stuff for the end of the month. Maybe Hocus Pocus and stuff. We'll have to watch things like Lost Boys, Hocus Pocus again. Remind myself. I should do that. I think I should stick to autumn stuff. I feel like I haven't painted a film scene in a while. You can paint these mountains. I like the mountains, but I'm doing a few for commissions and stuff, like a few films, wrestling commissions and stuff, but it's been a while since I've done a film scene, I feel. I do like Hocus Pocus. I sure hope that's come through. Has that come through? Has the paint on my face come through? Oh yeah, so what was I saying before? The yellows. So, yeah, where's these yellows come from for autumn? Got a few suggestions in, but we need more, so. Maybe the right side is being exposed to more sunlight, and therefore they're more yellow. Is that how leaves work? For argument's sake, let's just say this highlights on the right. We'll just have a few highlights. Gotta be careful with this because each time you're picking up some dark, just clean your brush in between. I'll do what I do and give them a dry wipe. Of course, it helps not having the same shade of yellow on every tree, because it's different on every tree. Some trees get more light than others. Yeah, so like I said before, don't fall into the trap of just having it on the right hand side. Put some orange and red on there. A few autumn trees. And now I love this bit. So fallen leaves bit. So all these are fallen leaves. Now we said before that this is distant leaves. This section here, distant leaves. So there's a few suggestions of things in the distance, like clumps or shadows of leaves, but not close up, because we'll be able to see the detail close up. And when I say detail, don't worry about individual leaves. That's not what we're saying. We're saying just a little bit of suggestion of different colours in the way the leaves align. And this is my favourite part of the thing. Use the dirty brush that I had before, and using all the colours that you just used for the trees. And just dabbing your brush in, basically making a mess. And what I do is I'll put it all on the side of the brush, and a dab, and I just do this. I haven't seen anyone else do this, but I love doing this. And it just creates sort of, look at that hope. I picked some of the black and stuff, and that's creating some shadow. That's good, that's your friend. Because trees have shadows, folks. See that? Put this in first. We'll put a little bit there. That's a distant one. Yeah, so just pick up red, orange, yellow, and dab. It's a very freeing way of painting. And that's creating a lot of different leaf detail. And you don't need to individually paint every single leaf, you know. You put a few suggestions in that in, but it doesn't need to be all of them. And again, that orange undertone is our friend. It's helping us sort of trick our brain into saying there's more leaves down there than you think there is, because there's an undertone. If that was white canvas, this would just look like marks in the snow. But because it's got an orange undertone to it, it's sort of tricking us. Sneaky. Can you see that? Every time you load your brush up, it comes up with a different combination of types of oranges and types of colors. So, see? And you can turn your brush around. Yellows. Yellows and browns. Sort of, it's basically just colouring in. It's a very loose and very probably frowned upon by the art world technique of holding a brush. It's supposed to paint every leaf. Nah, you can do what you want. There's nothing I find more hilarious than people telling me how I should paint my own paintings. I'm like, it's my paint. I can do what I want. My world. It's a lot more freeing as well. Like, I've talked to a lot of other artists who are like, you have to do this, you have to do that, and do you find it's difficult to do this? And I'm like, no, it's not, because you do what you want. You're an artist. Find a way. If you can't do something, find a way to do it. If you need to do something, find a way. If you run out of paint, find something else. Oh yeah, look at that. Love that. Thicker. Yeah, be careful not to get this black. There we go. I'm not finished with the trunks as well. We're going to come back to them, sort of reaffirm them. See how it creates a distance, in plane, because you can see the distant leaves and you can see the closer leaves. That creates depth. Well, that's there. We can go back to our fan brush, which has got a whole other mix of paint on it. We can put some of that in as well. There we go. Need more yellow, I think. For sure. And it's fine if it mixes with the orange and the brown, because we don't need like bright yellow. It's mixed with other leaves, isn't it? So that's the suggestion. There we go. Now, this is water down here on the bottom. So a lovely, easy way of suggesting water is just to paint what I've done on the bottom there, having the water, but also a reflection. Reflections don't have to be exact as well, okay? Because reflections aren't exact in water. There's ripples and there's things going on and stuff. So just use my fan brush to sort of suggest the shading and the reflections of the leaves on the bank. But it's not exact. It's just a suggestion. Still respecting the water, it's still flat. Still rules of nature to be respected here. And you may not be able to stay a second, but we'll just put a divider in, a water line, come through. So that starts to meet the reflections of the tree branches. And if you can see that because of the banner too low there, maybe you can't see. But anyway, for now, where's my brush? We can just tidy up these branches, or tree trunks. Just use a nice flat brush. Just so there's no breaks. And the breaks that I do have are there on purpose. Might be light hitting the trunk. Yep. Put some shade on the bottom with black. Plant them trees. I can put some shading in as well, like some blacks as well, just to push these leaves out. Looks good. And then where's my palette knife? If I were a palette knife. Now, yeah, so this water might not look like water at the minute. Maybe you can't see. Water at the bottom might not look too much like water at the minute. But that's because we haven't put a water line in. When you put a water line in, it sort of helps define it. So let's do that. You see. So I think if this is reflection and the water line, the sort of bank, needs to meet the water here. Like so. Use your canvas. Use your palette knife. Can mix different colours with the water line, doesn't need to be white. If the sun is maybe hitting the water line in a certain way, there will be yellows and oranges picked up on that if you want. And there'll be the odd ripple. There's a nice quiet daylight and not too many ripples. Just a few to suggest the water. You got like a little water. Like implies the break. Kind of. You see if you want to put some yellows in, that's fine. Some orange. What happens is it picks up on the titanium white, makes it stand out all the more. It's good. coffee. Pretty. It needs to be like the reflection. Very gentle with these reflections as well, because reflections are like absolute. There's a suggestion. You can blend them as well. But they don't have to be exact. Alright. Now with that titanium white as well, you can put them on the leaves of the trees if the leaves on the trees are a bit dark. They look a bit dark, yes. If you wanted to mix some titanium white, say, with some yellow. I wanted to put some white. It's white. This is good for definition. If there's ever any places in your trees and stuff where you can't see that there's supposed to be individual leaves, maybe, it's good to know. Around the suns. Yeah, I wanted to paint a few autumn pictures because the idea of a fall, someone might have seen the post did about the Sycamore Gap, or the first that was, and I mentioned a scene from The West Wing about the fall. Basically in The West Wing there's two characters, Toby and President Bartlett, two of my favourite characters. And Toby's talking about the president's favourite film, which is The Lion in Winter, which I haven't seen, but in the film, there's two men, I think, that face execution. And one says to the other, "You fool," as if it matters how a man falls down. And his companion says, in reply, "When the fall is all that's left, it matters a great deal." Oh. So, I love that quote. I might name this painting after part of that. Well, actually, what I was going to do was the practice painting. I was going to release these as a two. If people wanted to buy it as a two set. Do the practice painting and this one. And maybe have the practice painting as the first part of that quote, which was how a man falls down, maybe could be the first one. Oh no, I think maybe, the first one should be when the fall is all that's left. Yeah. Yes. When the fall is all that's left will be that one, which was my practice one. And basically on my practice ones, I just do a few ideas, and whichever things I like, I keep, and whichever things I don't, I lose. But this one will be called When the Fall is All That's Left, because it's fall, autumn. And this one will be called It Matters a Great Deal. So they will combine to make one picture. You can put them on a wall beside each other as well. Ooh, look at that. They could go on side by side if you wanted. Look at that. Didn't expect that to turn out the way it did, but hey ho. Or you could have one in front of the other. Maybe. Look at that. However you might want to display it. But this one will be available on my Etsy store for £200. And if you're a collector, you get 20% off that. So that's £160. And this one will be on sale for £100. And 20% off that, again, if you're a collector, is £80. So 80 plus 160, what's that, 240. So if you wanted a 2-set painting of When the Fall Is All That's Left, It Matters a Great Deal, then that'll be £240 all in. If you want just a small one, When the Fall Is All That's Left, that'll be £80 if you're a collector, or £100 if you're a normal. But I think that's about done. You can just sign this, and obviously risk everything by signing it. Maybe it'll die right here. How about sign the other one? Black. Let's use black. Let's use some black paint. Even though I'm not supposed to use black paint. We don't do what people tell us we're doing. So, well, maybe we need to if we can't find the paint that we're supposed to use. There's my black paint. Did anyone notice where I put my black paint before? I had it. Got it. Thank you. Let's paint this in black as well. Might cover a few bits and bobs up after we go. Just to make sure. Yeah, I might add some bits and bobs, but yeah. So, black paint. Nobody sneeze. D. M. 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 There we go. I like how my D is proud. My D has his chest out. Very proud. He's so proud to be a D. There we go. Alright. May add bits and bobs, but for now, that is how it looks. When the fall's all that's left, it matters a great deal. Look at that. Nice mountains in that one as well. Pretty. Another stunner worthy to be on anyone's wall. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Thank you, Lynn. I'm back again. Did you leave, Lynn? Oh, sorry. Do you want us to paint it again? Oh, was that at the start? That was at the start, wasn't it? I thought you'd left and came back. That's fine. Lovely work, Dean. Thank you very much. Well, yes. So that'll be on sale later on my Etsy store, and I might add a few bits and bobs. Kind of like its style. You know? It is very autumny. Thank you, Gary. All right, that's it, folks. Thank you very much for joining me once again on Wednesday Work Along. If you're not a collector already, you can become a collector. And when I say become a collector, I don't mean you have to collect every single piece of work that I do. I just mean you can come in on the team that we've created. It's a lovely little community of escapees. And all you have to do to join that community is go to www.scenescapeshopart.com, where you can select your favorite of 6 prints on offer from my mountain endurance range. And you get all kinds of stuff as well. You get access to all of the prints that I've done so far and all the prints as they grow in future. There's 12 on there at the minute because I've done 12 this year. There'll be another 12 next year that you can have access to. You can print off yourself. You can put on backgrounds on your phones or your laptops, whatever. You also get 20% off all my discount in the past of the work that I've done in the past, the work that I'm doing now, and the work that I'm doing in the future. And yeah, you get access to the Facebook group where there's competitions, 2 competitions a month. And yeah, it's a cool little gig. And all you have to do for that is to select your free print and pay postage and packing, which is £3.90. And then, yeah, you get all that. So, scenescapeshopart.com, and you can get 20% off this and every other piece of work that I do. It's commissions, fake prints, signed prints, standalone prints, original works of art, anything like that. But thank you very much for joining me, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow for Coffee Break Thursday, where I'll probably be talking about this and showing you the practice painting getting created as well. But for now, thank you very much, folks, and enjoy your Wednesday.